Hello and welcome to my podcast. This is the Cassie Show. Sorry, this should have taken place live on Monday night, but sometimes, life gets ahead of us and I got caught up with things. Hopefully there will be a live on air on Friday, but we have the eclipse coming up tomorrow, the lunar eclipse, which is in Scorpio or associated with Scorpio. So it's quite an impact time for you all, and the lunar eclipse is sort of like 3 full moons together. Some of you out there will be feeling very emotional, quite tearful. Again, you might find that you're sort of headbutting with other people or wanting to be on your own or stand back a little bit. So, this is very much a week to, I'll say, tread very carefully. Our lunar, we all could become lunatics with it, but it does magnify many things within your life. So it is a little bit of time to sort of just stand back from where you are at the moment. It's a very much a clearing out time because Scorpio can associate with power, control, obsession, sexual attraction. So you're looking at all that within this sort of particular week. So lots of you will be quite obsessed about people. It connects towards triangles, financial incomes, anybody dealing with divorces, that loans, anything sort of financial, anything that's major issues that you're needing to really be dealt with and sorted. So it's like something really coming to a head. We've got 3 eclipses, another one I think about on the 9th of May and one at the end of May, which I'll talk about that near the time. But these eclipses are bringing things to a head, making something be dealt with. It brings things to the surface. It brings it what they call to a peak situation. So it makes you deal with things that maybe you didn't want to in the past. So it can have positive sides to it by bringing in good news about certain situations. And I have said that up to now, I felt that April will be a very good month for expectancies, pregnancies. I just think that within this sort of month, maybe a little bit of May, but I think it's one of the high points of the year where if anybody's trying to conceive, it will literally be about all that. For some of you, the tax man, loans, insurance, debts, you could be tying up that financial realm or existence within itself. People who are going through divorces, and there's a couple out there, your alimony, your house, your financial settlements, sorting out those agreements. It's quite what I would call an intense time where people will be dealing with that and sorting it all out, and so it's what I also call a very sort of important time in letting you deal with things that are going to be going on within your own life paths as well. So there's a lot of Mercury out there as well at the moment. So again, this is about you fast going in communication, really sort of taking yourselves forward as to where you're going at this particular point in time. So that communication will mean, again, around your divorces, your settlements, proposals, all that communication, your talk and thought will really be making you buzz in a big way as regards where you're going to. So your Mercury is a big part in everyone's daily living or daily life, because over the airways, media like this, Facebook, internet, dating sites, it's a lot of sort of talk and thought process that takes place on a daily life or a daily living for us all. So again, a lot of ideas for people who will be saying, yeah, they're on the airways like this, or they're doing different things, projects, websites. A lot of that will be going on. People will be waiting on new proposals. I know a couple of people that work or in business and are waiting to see if they get the assignments, will they get the job, or I put in for this, will I actually get it? It's a big deal to me. So between April and May, you will listen and you will get, hopefully, what you're looking for and be able to sign those agreements. Won't all be positive. There'll still be a lot of what I would call push and pull, but just tread very carefully around this time. And a few of you that I have spoke to you already over this last week are already starting to feel the stress and the strains. Full moon 2 days before, 2 days after. So, you know, by the time you get to the end of the weekend, those people that are feeling like they want to be on their own and shutting themselves off will start to feel differently. But, you know, highlighted divorce, finances, pressure points. You've got to go through that storm to come to the other side. And I feel here that some of you are already feeling that or dealing with that or have been since last Friday and over the weekend. So it's about hanging on in there a little bit at the moment. But literally the Taurian time that we've had, or we've just gone into the Taurian time, should bring in a little bit more solid stability around people. So Taurian is what I call a slow energy or a slow plodding energy. So things will start to slow down and things will start to plateau and start to feel a little bit more focus in your life. About those who are wanting to move or sell your house, you're going to be achieving that because you're going to be on that solid grounding energy as to really wanting to go. So hang on in there. Anybody planting seeds for certain things, for moving forward, for the income, for moving house, I would say that over this next month or two, you're going to really get that, and you'd be quite surprised. The eclipses bring in the unexpected. For some it's good, for others it's not. But doorways that you thought were closed will swing wide open, where you'll say, oh my God, the house is sold. Oh, you know, I've got a job. Where did that come from? I applied in January. It is a time when things will slow down for you to be able to process things within your life. And it's about, you know, living in the moment, enjoying the time. But again, a lot of Taurians and Scorpios, you will be sorting out your life, going back to past divorces. Even if you've been divorced, guys, for years, it's about dealing with maybe exes, children, you know, looking at your financial planning. A lot of you have come to me saying, I want to do something different. I want to make things happen. I want to have new work. So whatever you're planting around the April period, again, is a great time for things to come to fruition, or particularly of this next 30-day period. So it's perhaps about people dealing with their own personal space in the month of April, rather than a few people are asking me about relationships. It's about just stepping back and looking or dealing at what you value within your own life at this particular point in time. So, you know, take things slowly, then you don't sort of fall over and make a mistake. You run into something, and that's quite often where things go wrong a little bit. We've also got Venus here as well, and Venus again is connected towards love life and people wanting new love. But as I've said in the other blog, Venus is also connected towards, wanting to buy luxury items, wanting to buy nice things. But it's also about income, finances, and you're having a lot of planets moving into that sign. So again, it's all financial, it's all personal goals at the moment. It's all about people having to deal, whether you want to or not. You know, it's not about when am I going on holiday. It's not almost about new relationships. I still think it's about personal income, buying luxury items or wanting luxury items. Again, new houses, sealing deals, divorces. All that energy feels to me as if it sits around this at this particular point in time. Right, I'm about to take a short break, guys, so stay with me for the next sort of about 60 seconds and I'll be back with you. Right, a little bit on some of the horoscopes if I can, and I may quickly running through them. Aries, again, I feel here that a lot of it is to do with finances, loans, settlements, again, looking at situations that maybe suit your needs. Again, a lot of it does feel like it is financially based around yourself and dealing with your own personal income, taking yourself forwards. You are what I'll call a very strong sign, so anything that you do or achieve in some small way really does make you feel like you'll be able to achieve it quite shortly, quite soon. You know, a lot of proposal energies also that I feel is sitting around you at this particular point in time. Again, all sort of very much building up to this eclipse energy as I am showing it at this particular point. So it's also about you moving in a different direction or wanting to move in a different direction with yourself. Again, that little bit of boredom seems to very much be there, and it's about you turning corners. Maybe you're looking at your work as regard where you wanted to go. But this eclipse makes me feel like it'll be fairly serious, or a serious time towards yourself. And about you sorting out some issues maybe with, you know, a male, whether it's linked towards your work area or to do with your personal relationship area. Taurians, you know, for you, the 19th of this month that's just gone will be an important time. And it's about you retreating to sort of sort out maybe some of your issues from the past, looking at different sides. You could be sort of saying to yourself you want to do something more on an artistic level, or just, you know, being in your own personal space at that point in time. But for all of you, it is a time where you're going to be dealing with situations and really starting to deal with what you didn't deal with in the past. But, you know, there seems to be changes coming on the front in a very, very positive way. Each of you slowly is going to find that literally your world has a little bit more meaning to it than it has done in the past. So it's about you sort of deciding where you're all going and making sort of some adjustments in some small way as regards how things are going to be affecting you. So the eclipses really make everybody deal with certain things within their life, you know, how they're going to take themselves forward. So, you know, for people who are not what I call astrologically based, it does make people deal with things, you know. And I certainly feel here that there are those significant changes that will come into play around your side of life very, very shortly. You know, relationships over the week on, you know, a client base or people talking to me have, you know, I deal on a spiritual aspect. I'm not a true astrologer, and I should say that every time I speak within the show. It's something I like to deal and look at the energies of what is coming in for people and what's going to be happening around your life. The cosmos or the universe does decide when it is good times to go for jobs. You know, full moons, there can be a lot of endings around relationships that are no longer serving any purpose, or your job aspects. So for me, as a soul energy reader, it does define when there are good or bad times around certain things, financial, relationships. You know, a lot of people also over the last month or two have been dealing with health issues, hospitals, dentists, especially in March. The cosmos was pushing everybody towards dentist operations. A few people have had nasty accidents. So, you know, for me, as that sort of person or that reader or connecting with people, there's been a lot of that going on. People are called